Things change, people change, circumstances change. God doesn't. You know, I feel like everyone go through this stage in life where you're stripped of everything, and then when you realize that the stuff that you get stripped of didn't matter in the first place. Maybe you're going through something right now where you lost your car, your house, you know, your kids are taken away from you, your relationships aren't working, and everything just seems to, it's just chaos around you. I want you to know that God is there with you, and He sent me to let you know that He sees everything that you're going through, and He's right there with you through it all. Like I said, people change, circumstance change, things change. God doesn't. I'm currently going through a circumstance right now where it doesn't matter what I do on the outside, nothing seemed to work, you know? But what I know is I'm gonna do what I love, regardless of the amount of money it brings to my bank account, regardless of who stay by my side while I'm doing it. My discipline, I'm gonna stick to my discipline, which is music, content creation, and cooking. Now, I might not have all the resources to do it the way how I want to do it, but I'm going to use the resources that I have to do what I can in the present moment, because what I realize is stressing about what's outside of your control is a waste of time, it's a waste of energy, and it's kind of like idolizing the problem, you know? I've trust people with too much, and everyone I've trusted disappointed me. And it's not that I go into these relationships, these friendships with high expectation. No, I have a higher expectation of myself than I have on people. But it's crazy how people don't have the same heart you have. And if you should go out here being naive, thinking everyone have the same heart as you, everyone is as kind as you're setting yourself up for failure. It doesn't matter how much they come around and mirror you back to you. Some people, they come around you and they put on a really good show, a really good show. But time always tell the truth. Time always reveal character. Pay attention to when you no longer give access to your energy like that. Pay attention to when you no longer entertain certain conversations, because it's not about when we're on good terms. Kindness matters. Kindness matters when we're on bad terms. How do you treat me? Do you snake me out? Do you go behind my back? Do you do grimy, shady stuff? That's when kindness matters. Like I always say, dance with who take you to the party. But you cannot expect me taking you to the party. You go dance with someone else and then think you're gonna go home with me. No, that's not how it works. Go home with who you dance with. Now, A lot of these relationships, a lot of these people, they're temporary, they're situational. You know, as soon as someone come around with more money, with more resources, with more this, just more stuff than you have to offer, they're gonna jump ship, and they're gonna say how much of a bad person you are. But it's not that you don't know that this is gonna happen. You see it. Your discernment let you know that this is happening. You know? But by the time they realize that you already know, you already saw it through their mask, you already saw it through their deception, you already saw it through their witchcraft, you already saw it through their manipulation, it's too late. A lot of people, especially the ones closest to you in relationships with you, they'll see your loyalty and your integrity and your humility as weakness. That's what really gets underneath my skin for real. Like that's what really anger me, when people take my kindness for weakness. And these are the moments that we have to practice self-control and not lose ourselves, because we don't want to act out of character. What people call it nowadays, being a crash out. When everything crumbles around you, that's when you discover who you are. You see what stands. Because what's left standing when everything is crumbled, when you have no friends to lean on, when you have no one to call on, when you have no money in your bank account, when you have no resources, you can't, you don't have a car, you feel like the whole everything around you crumbled. That's when you realize who you are. Because what's left cannot be taken away from you. What's left is God. What's left is the real you, without ego, without fear, without guilt, without shame, without condemnation. You know? So if I were you going through a situation like this, I'll embrace the transformation. Let it transform you. You know? For the last couple months, last year or two, man, I just been losing stuff. People, relationship, a lot of different stuff, like death and rebirth, transformation after transformation, pain after pain, betrayal, disappointment, setbacks, fear, rejection, all these things, you know? And I feel like it's a necessary part of human evolution for us to grow and to become. When it's all said and done, you'll be proud of the person you meet on the other side. Because the person you meet on the other side will not lower their standards anymore for ungrateful people. Will not lower their standard. Like, you know, what get us in these situations, and if we're being honest, we're gonna be honest with ourselves, is because of our lack of discipline, our lack of self-control, our lack of self-respect and self-love. Because we know better. We know not to give our bodies to anybody. We know not to just trust any and everybody. But yet we still do. We know the character of these people before they come into our circle, but we convince ourselves that they're good people and they're just like us and they see what we see and they understand and they're kind. No. So I think the first lesson we gotta learn is stop gaslighting ourselves. Because when you gaslight yourself, you make it easier for other people to come into your life and gaslight you. We are no longer chasing connection. We are going to attract connection through alignment. So whoever wanna leave, leave. Because we're gonna create some order and we're gonna create some standards and we're gonna stick to our standard, not for other people. You know? Not for other people, but for your own peace, for your own sanity, for your own protection, you know, to protect your own joy. because God will come back and restore your joy and restore your peace and all of that. But I don't think God want to continue having to do that. He want the problem to be fixed permanently, to where you've learned you're no longer on training wheels, to where you can be like, all right, man, I'm done. Man, I'm done letting people come around and mess up my joy. Joy is spiritual. It's protection. You know what you need to do. I know what I need to do. We have to start setting the right standards now. If you've watched the video up until this point, make sure you leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're going through, what your situation is, how can you relate to this conversation. And I'll check out the links down in the description. I just released an album on my birthday back in March 5th, called Destined for Greatness. 10 song. If you want to buy the album and support me directly, the link is in the description. I would really appreciate it. I'm not gonna come on here and beg you guys, but if you also want to support me so I can keep showing up making these videos consistently, my Venmo link will be in the description also. Like I said, when you hit rock bottom and everything is stripped from you, it shows you what is structural. It shows you who you are inside. It shows you what actually matters, purpose. It leaves you with purpose. A lot of people get to this place and they want to off themselves. And trust me, I've been there. I know what that's like to have those thoughts and to have to fight against those thoughts. And no, you're not weak. No, you're not weak for having those thoughts. If you give in to those thoughts, yeah, you could say that, but you haven't. You're still here. So, just gonna keep moving forward by faith. Again, check out the links in the description. And I really hope this video inspire you, motivate you, uplift your spirit some way, somehow. I gotta make it out some way, somehow.